If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. GMS Fam Green Room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green, the room. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Hey, man, let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. Let's get to it. I ain't even gonna hold y'all no longer, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. Hopefully, y'all can hear the background music in here. GMS fam, what's going on? Hitman. I see you, Henderson. Is that what it is? Henderson 6000, Macaroni Tony in the building. Eternal 5 cent. Eternal cent. What's going on? GMS Land. When I see you. Ronnie Forrest, what's going on, man? Vale is in the building. We ain't been live in a few weeks, man. So much has been going on. Just, obviously y'all know how I do if you've been around for a while. My outside life, outside of YouTube, is a lot more busy than calling for this shit, but I do still enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? What up, Tremaine? I see you, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe as well. Share this live with some people, man. Hit the hype too. Hype it up. Hype it up. There's a hype button, man. Hit that hype button, man. Yeah, outside life, man. Anybody with a regular job understands that doing that is more important than having your bills in order. Is a lot more important than not having them in order. You understand what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all for still sticking around, man. Every time I go live, man, y'all pull up and show love. He said, what up, Ja Rule? What's going on, Slam Newton? Over there kicking it over in, I forgot where you didn't you say you from? Aren't you from Minnesota? Where are you from, Slam Newton? I swear you said you was from Minnesota. What up, JR? My boy JR is in the building. He said, welcome, GMS fam. Make sure y'all do what y'all need to do. Hey, me and my man's JR went to go see the new Jackass movie, and this is for the people that grew up in the era of watching Jackass. I say go see it, man. Those guys are legends, man. They kept us entertained for a long time during my childhood, teenage years, and so forth, man. Doing that stuff at like 50 something is just, you got to tip your hat to those guys, man. Crazy dudes, crazy white boys, man. But love the Jackass dudes, man. They're incredible. I love those guys, man. I grew up watching that shit. Keith, what's going on, Keith? He said, got to get that bread. Of course, man. We all got to get that bread. You know what I'm saying? Glow is in the building. What's going on? North Carolina. That's what it was. I knew you was from somewhere. I knew you was from some part. Is that considered? Well, is North Carolina considered Midwest or Southern or Eastern or no, not Eastern. Not. I don't know what the Carolinas is considered. I gotta look at the map again with my dumb ass. Chet Perry, what's going on? He said, "What's good, my Paisley Park brother? What's going on? Should I talk about that? Should I talk about what it was like? I guess I could talk about it now since it already happened. But you know, as those who follow me know, you know, some of y'all know where I go every single day, and we have a lot of people that pull up to this place all the time. And Usher pulled up, and it was a very dope meet. Pause. We very dope meeting. He's a very cool dude, man. Very down to earth. Everybody that was with him was real cool, man, and nice individuals. You know, it's. I think when people come there, it's a different level of respect. That I think it's different for when celebrities and artists, when they're just going somewhere to perform, or when they're going to like a meet and greet, or when they're making an appearance somewhere. Like, they don't hold the same ego that they do when they come to the place that I be at. So, and it's very cool to kind of catch them at a humbling moment, at a respectful moment, when it's kind of mutual at that point. So shout out to him, man. Also shout out to Chet Holmgren. If y'all don't know, NBA champion with the OKC Thunder. Very cool dude. If y'all don't know, Chet is from Minnesota. He attended Minnehaha Academy. He also, I think what college did he play for? Gonzaga, was it? Am I tripping? What college did Chet play for? Anyway, Chet came through. Very cool guy, man. He brought his Minnehaha, I think it was a basketball camp. A bunch of kids, man, a bunch of young black kids too, man, just showing them, you know, the legacy of Prince. And it was really dope to see. Everybody was just, you know, cool as hell. So shout out to him too. Now, let's get to it, man. Seems like Corey has now jumped on the Godfrey is a tether train without having to call him a tether. He tries to act like he doesn't really know what tether and FBA and all that, the intricacies of it is. And I don't doubt that. I don't think he does really know too much about it, but he does understand that if you aren't a foundational Black American, you are considered a tether, whether you're Africa, Jamaica, whatever. I understand that. I'm not going to sit up here and call Godfrey a tether, because I feel like there has become a negative connotation behind it, and a negative meaning behind it because of how people attack one another online and in real life, so to speak. Not that I don't acknowledge that he's African. You know what I'm saying? I know that he's not a Black American, but he was born here. And what I don't like is when people try to attack somebody who is standing with us, foundational Black Americans. But recently, he got himself into a little bit of a controversy. And I am always one to be fair and unbiased in the things that I say. And honestly, I think that there is some validity to how people of other cultures and countries treat Black people here. There's this smug, if you will, or this like condescending tone, or just disregard for certain people because of the idea of Black America as a whole. And I think that although Godfrey has spoken up quite a bit for Black Americans here, a lot of things tend to seep out. And one thing I noticed, because we're going to talk about it, you know, Godfrey got into it on the phone with a Black woman who wanted to call him about Karen Hunter. I believe that's her name. Karen Hunter. Is that her name? Yes, Karen Hunter. He got into a back and forth, basically, or just a heated whatever. because of a guest he had on his show that talked about Southern slang and how Black people talk, and how it basically trying to say that Southern accents originated from African accents. And um, I could find the clip. I can play it for you, but it's part of the response that Karen had, which we're going to play in a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the things that Corey said, and then we're going to go into what Karen Hunter had to say, and then we're going to play what Godfrey had to say in response to that, so that we can be able to really, really dive into that whole conversation. I think it's very important that we stick together in a certain manner, and there has to be a level of respect, and there has to be a level of honor amongst one another. And as long as we continue to look at each other in a certain way that causes division, we're going to continue to fight amongst each other. And the one thing that white supremacy loves is us fighting amongst each other, because they don't have to come up with ways to defeat us or ways to get us off our square. We can just do it ourselves. They did the heavy lifting with the everything in the past. Now they're just leaving it to us to fight amongst each other. And then, we'll add in the Africans and Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and all these other people, and Mexicans and, Asians, and do all. What's crazy to me? You know how quick Asians got a bill passed? It's like it took not even a year for a video to go viral or people's testimonies to go viral for a bill to be passed. But I've yet to see one that protects Black Americans in this country. And the biggest reason for that is because of how they continue to recycle the same bullshit narrative about Black people. And it's funny because if you really pay attention to how things have been going since 2020, if you just pay attention to how things have been going since 2020, all of a sudden white people have become victims. They have all of a sudden become the victims in America, where people are just attacking them because they're white. And I feel like all of this is just one big excuse for them to be loud and proud about being racist. See, because if they say that they're being attacked, then they have a reason to feel like they're on the defense. They're not on the defense. How can the oppressor be on the defense? How can the oppressor also be the victim? How can the people who are majority in office creating laws, how are they the victims? And you have politicians feeding into these type of things to create more division and these fear-mongering things. See, Elon done came through, bought up Twitter, changed the algorithm, and flooded it with racist, right-wing extremist bots who, no matter what, get thousands and thousands of likes and retweets and engagement for the racist rhetoric that they push. And it's because they want to form this victimhood. Whatever happened to white replacement? They were talking about that for a minute. Now they switching to all this other stuff because they can't actually pick a struggle. If a struggle is fake, if the struggle is not there, it's hard to stick to it when people can't see it and when there's no validity to it. That's why you always start hearing new things every few months now. 6 months ago, it was white replacement. Now all of a sudden, it's free speech, and we need to be able to call Black people niggers on a whim so they won't be so violent. Like it's the dumbest shit in the world. Like when you see how they stand behind vile and racist and even violent individuals, you get videos going viral of people going on racist rants, and people like, oh, this is free speech. Let's donate to her GoFundMe or his GoFundMe and make sure that they become wealthy for them being shitty human beings. We've entered that era of life now. And I don't see how we're going to get back through it. But anyway, I digress. Y'all know how I get when I'm talking about important things. But let's get back to the bullshit. Anyway, welcome, GMS fam. Let's talk about this. So, Corey took the chance to speak on Godfrey, which I'm kind of torn when it comes to this, just because of the simple fact that I feel like he's piling on top of Godfrey because of the fact that he just doesn't like Godfrey, not because Godfrey is just some horrible human being. I think he just really didn't like Godfrey to begin with. And I think that now he's finding his excuses and reasons why he can continue to disrespect that man, which if somebody, it's like, and it's funny because most people will say, let me ask y'all, chat, if the big guy walks up on the little guy and the big guy wants to fight, but the little guy don't want to fight, do you give respect to the guy that just starts punching on the little guy who don't want to fight? Where I'm from, that makes you look like a bitch. It makes you look like a pussy. It makes you look like the guy who is just trying to act tough with who he knows he can act tough with. Now, do I think Godfrey is soft? Do I think that he's a bitch? Do I think that he doesn't want to stand up for himself because he's scared of Corey? No. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think Godfrey is smart enough to know that when you try to go back and forth with Corey, there's no really going back and forth. It's just him going on several rants for months and months and years, talking crazy about you and building up conspiracies enough for his fans to ride with whatever it is he's trying to say about you. And most of the time, it's just, you're gay. What's the point? And then on top of that, if him and Corey ever run into each other, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be nothing but chicken bones and smiles. So, I mean, what really is the point of going back and forth with Corey when you already know what's coming? You already know what you're about to deal with. But see, Corey can't let up because something in him really, really despises Godfrey. And when he heard that Godfrey was going through a little turmoil for his back and forth with a young black woman on his podcast, he decided to speak on it. And it's funny because how he tries to frame certain things is just insane to me. He likes to set things up before he speaks on it and tries to make it seem like he's more profound and some sort of Negro Damas type nigga when really you just hate a motherfucker.
One that is on the internet right now, and I'm gonna say this because I remember when I was going through my real dirt. This guy, he had people on
shit crazy out here.
They need belief.
The show, and we take one that is on the internet right now, and I'm gonna say this because I remember when I was going through my real dirt. This guy, he had people on his show talking about me and stuff like that. He's in the news now, and I am not saying this to rub anything in, but this goes back to what I really believe, that the more you talk, the more you reveal who you are. Mm-hmm. And if there was,
I just want to point this out. One thing Corey is great at, one thing he is amazing at, I'm talking about top tier, just A1 excellent. He is so great at describing himself when he tries to down talk other people. One of the greatest examples in the world is when he tried to describe what a psychopath was to try to talk about Cheyenne Bryant. Now, I mentioned Cheyenne Bryant in a video I just posted today on the sense that I was just referencing somebody who Corey tried to hit on at some point but didn't go for it, and now all of a sudden she's this and she's that. Not saying that it's not valid, it's just it was a great excuse to use to go against her, which now it's a huge thing. And of course, everybody knows she's not a real doctor, and it played out in Corey's favor. But let's not forget, when he first had or met her and had conversations with her on Zoe's show, he was trying to get at her. And it didn't work. And it's a few people who he don't like to this day and treat a certain way after he was denied. One of those people was the lady he walked up on and muffed. Corey has never denied the fact that he tried to sleep with Christina Payne. And I get it. Probably back then, she was probably a little less crazy. She probably looked a little better. You know what I'm saying? Probably was like, yeah, I'm bringing her over. She want to do this. She want to be on my show. And it's Corey talking about the fact that he does this. Whether if you're a female comic or female entertainer and you come around Corey, you want an opportunity, 10 times out of 10, he might want to sleep with you. Now, does that mean that he'll try to take it from you? No. We've never heard in life that Corey has tried to scrape or grape anybody. All right. But being a predator and being a grapist are two different things. Although they are hand in hand, there is a separation between the two. We'll get to that later. Let's talk about this.
Better instance for showing that is what's going on with comedian Godfrey right now. People are really going at him because of comments he made. Now, first of all, the internet is full of people waiting on you to make any mistakes so they can run with it. Can we? I mean, like, that's just part of the internet. Oh, you know, but I am here to say about the brother, Godfrey, who never knows what people are talking about. You should really shut the fuck up, because I know who you are. Here we go. I grew up in Chicago. Really? Did you grow up in treachery? Or did you grow up in a part where you can actually sneak around? See, in Chicago, if you are black, you're going to have problems. And the main problems is the police. I believe anybody can get pulled over by the police when you walking while black. Even walking while brown, D. Does that make you feel better? But I'm saying, like, this brother has found a way to hang himself with things that he said as he became loose with his conversation. His conversation has him in a rut where people are questioning who he really is. And I am here to tell you, like I said when Vlad was on this show, Godfrey is literally one of the greatest at being phony.
Don't let the smoke and mirrors fool you. Don't let the smoke and mirrors fool you. The greatest thing that he can do is fool a bunch of dummies who watch his show live, because they'll be like, ooh, he's saying so profound stuff. But people with actual intellect, people who are smart, people who use their logic and common sense when they're listening to somebody speak, well, in my opinion, if I'm sitting here listening to this, I'm waiting on him to let me know what it is that Godfrey said that had people looking at him that way. You notice he doesn't know. You notice he can't articulate it. He can't say it because his whole main thing is just shitting on somebody. It's another reason why I think niggas hate me so much, is because I actually analyze shit and I know what people say, and I can go back to say what a person said and validate it instead of just blindly going on some rant talking about how I don't like somebody. I think that's the difference between a hater and somebody that is actually critiquing somebody. A hater is somebody who's just spewing out hate just to hate on somebody. Somebody who's critiquing somebody is going to let you know what they're critiquing, why they're critiquing it, and why it's an issue. Doesn't mean that they're right. It's just an opinion. But he can't articulate, he can't say what it is that made God. That's why I have to go on here and go to what Godfrey said to actually listen to it in context and actually formally give my critique about what he said, because I want to hear it and know the context of it. He relies on people that don't care about context because he's somebody that likes to spew out narratives that are formed and based in BS, hearsay. That's what he does a lot. And as long as he has the mindless people behind it and watching and listening, then he can continue to spew this type of narrative in this type of way.
It's just right now he's being caught up a little bit. Now I don't expect y'all to agree because Godfrey might smile with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like this brother, he's always had that disposition. Let me tell you something about my brothers who come from the continent, Africa, and come over here. They don't accept us fairly. They always feel like they're a step ahead of us for the most part. And nobody really says this because it's not something nice to say. But I'm telling you, a lot of my brothers who come from Africa don't really accept us. They feel like they're ahead of us, even though they came here. We were captured and y'all didn't come get us. And we still ain't knocking y'all, but I'm just saying, you come here and you act like you're a tribe and we're not in the tribe. But we come from where you came from to get here. Meanwhile, we were forced to build this nation for free. So for you to act like, he said something about black women. He said something about it. I take up for you motherfuckers. This is what he said.
Talking
like
about black women?
He's putting his foot in his mouth because I know your history with the sisters, Godfrey. You know I know. Don't ask people on the internet. Ask people who know you, who you are, and how you move. There's a gentleman on Godfrey's podcast. His name is Dante.
I think it's extremely interesting to hear Corey try to bring up somebody's history with the sisters. We will get to that, and I do have a critique on Godfrey and how he addressed this woman in the way he was dismissive and downright rude, actually, to be honest. I don't like the way he addressed her when she was calmly speaking to him and being respectful about the situation, which also plays into the narrative that him being African, talking to an FBA woman and treating her that way when he probably wouldn't treat, somebody of a different race or different country that way. It kind of feeds into the narrative. But I just want to say, Corey obviously is no better when it comes to speaking on black women. We're talking about the guy who, although this woman is evil, addressing someone, and this is somebody who is a comedian. You can come up with any type of name, you can do any type of, but the lowest hanging fruit is calling somebody, especially a black woman, a monkey. Addressing Tasha K as Monkey K, addressing that, and that's one thing. You and her have a feud. You guys don't like each other. Okay. I don't have to agree, but I understand y'all hate each other. But when you talk about somebody like Anton Daniels' wife and his daughter, who you also depicted as monkeys on your shirt, and I mean, what are we talking about here when we talk about somebody being the ultimate hypocrite? That's him. And this is why I say, when you talk about somebody being fake, a lot of this stuff is rooted in him just not liking Godfrey. It's not because he has this moral high ground or that he really stands with black people. It's because this man just doesn't like somebody, and he will chat and he will hop on the chance to shit on them or to dogpile on them when he sees the opportunity. The same thing he hated other people doing to him when shit hit the fan. See, when he was going through his shit with Christina Payne and the PDF jokes, he hated when people were trying to pile on and trying to egg on the situation and agree with the situation. Now that he sees the internet going against Godfrey and speaking against Godfrey, now he wants to join in on that same thing. And by his logic, it wouldn't make sense for him to do it to Godfrey, because Godfrey simply just had people on his show that had an opinion about Corey. Godfrey has never said anything disrespectful or foul about Corey till this day. Till this day. He hasn't said one foul, disrespectful thing about Corey at all. And Corey has gone on several disrespectful rants, calling him out of his name, accusing him of being backdooria. Now sitting here piling on, trying to call him somebody who trying to paint the narrative that he doesn't really care about black people. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's hear some more.
I like Dante. Dante is a highly intelligent man. But Dante says to me, Godfrey doesn't know he's doing that. The stuff that he's doing. He never said nothing about Godfrey. In fact, when I said something about Godfrey, he was like, hey, Corey, that's my man. And we know what that means. He was checking me. But I'm saying, I will say this to Dante, as I think I have said this to him. Godfrey is playing dumb. He knows what's going on. He acts like a nice guy. Some cake-ass YouTuber was talking about Godfrey gave Corey his first gig. Godfrey has never given me a gig. Godfrey brought me to the comedy club because he didn't know I would be legendary. He thought I'd fall on my face because most people you bring to the comedy club, they ain't ready.
Look, listen to that projection. It is my strong opinion that him saying that is just a projection of what he likes to do with people, like the people around him. That's why he is so quick to, when they fall out, say they ain't shit on stage. I haven't heard Godfrey talk about the people he's ever had on stage or invited on stage or know on stage that they're shit at comedy. I've seen Corey do it hundreds of times. That is a wild projection. Oh, Godfrey invited me to get on stage because he didn't know I'd be legendary. He didn't know I'd be good at what I was doing. Huh? He didn't know you would be great? So he put you on stage just to watch you fail? That sounds like a projection to me. Because if Godfrey hasn't shown that sign of or side of him, if he hasn't shown this or nobody can corroborate him being this type, see, when you're a piece of shit, you can't hide it forever. You cannot hide it forever. Your true self will come out. There will be things about you that will come out that people will say. Not once have we ever heard somebody say that Godfrey talks crazy about comedians or sets comedians up to fail when they get on stage. Only Corey Holcomb, and I wonder why.
Well, I killed that night, and Godfrey has never put me on a gig that I can remember because Godfrey wants to shine and be great. And you can't shine and be great if you own with something greater than you. That's real. So, but back on this thing where he's getting flack now about things he said, he's always been that way. He smiles with people better than anybody I've ever seen on this planet.
What are you talking about, King Gam? He said, I agree with Tasha K, but Godfrey told the whole FBA community who he cosplays as fled to the country we created and benefits from policies we die for to suck a ick. Nah, Godfrey violated way worse. Are you saying he told FBAs to suck a ick, or he told the guys in his comment section who was calling him a tether to suck a ick? I want to know. Put me on, because it's not like Godfrey is above criticism on this channel. I will go in on Godfrey too. I don't know that nigga. I don't care. So let me know what was said. We can even put me in direction of the video so I can see, so I can chastise that man the right way. You understand? Because I try to give Godfrey credit for having a voice and speaking up for Black people, even having segments about leaving Black people alone, because he understands that this whole Black fatigue, that's another thing I forgot to mention. You know how I told y'all every 6 months the thing changes and they act like a victim? You know how the whole Black fatigue came along, and this other dumbass Black people that follow along with that shit. I'm like, they talking about you too, you stupid ass nigga. Just because you're a Black Republican and you wear a MAGA hat or you hold the same values as these people don't mean they not talking about your dumb ass too. Niggas is crazy, man. I don't see. That's the one thing I don't understand. If y'all see a party that has a lot of people in it that are racist, but you're like, well, no, the policies is enough for me to support, you're brainwashed. And that doesn't mean you're supposed to be a Democrat either, because them niggas ain't no better. They want our vote so bad. They want our support so bad because it's part of the whole controlling and manipulation aspect of it all. Imagine if we just didn't do it. Imagine if we just didn't support either party. Imagine the power we will hold as a community if we did not vote for none of these motherfuckers. Imagine if us as a black collective chose one person to run a race and all voted for that person. Like, this is what I'm saying. There's certain things that we have to selfishly do, even as crazy as it sounds, to prove a point that we don't rely on the same people that hate us. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense to anybody? King Gambit said it's in the same vid. Godfrey went off on the sister. Okay, I'll check that out because I already have that video queued up. Jay Sanders says Godfrey told black women, I stuck up for you effers. F Godfrey, nigga don't speak for us. Oh yeah, shit. Sounds like he was frustrated. Sounds like he was frustrated. Medic says, yeah, they've been calling Godfrey a tether a lot. I've seen Godfrey speak truth in front of white people when other blacks get quiet. And then, the example of him standing his ground when he left away from Vlad, which is why it's even crazier for Corey to try to bring up Vlad as if he wasn't saying the same things Godfrey said about Vlad. Even worse. Like bringing up Vlad as some gotcha moment. I tried to say it when Vlad was here. Like, shouldn't have said it at all when Vlad was there. That's the difference to me. Godfrey at Tether, you talk crazy and he's exposing himself right now. But one thing Godfrey didn't do was stand in front of a white man and talk crazy about another black man just to talk crazy about another black man and open the floor for a white man to talk crazy about another black man. I've never seen Godfrey do that. But like I said, he's not above criticism. And we're going to get to that video in a second. Let's finish this and then we're going to get to that.
Lady I was dealing with, Godfrey was like, Corey, I'm gonna show you how to get your diet together and all this. Then when he got off the phone, I was like, and she was like, what? Godfrey, he's cool and all that. I was just like, just trust me. Just wait. He gonna show you what I know he's going to show you. And she thought it was something wrong with me because she normally, she ride with me, whatever I say. But on this, she was like, no, Godfrey's cool. I was like, just wait. He gonna come out the bag. Most people come out the bag if you around them and they get a chance to talk to you. Listen, because he's got this podcast, he's exposing himself. As we all will do in a podcast. Look at all the shit D exposed. She should be ashamed of herself.
Yeah,
but,
right. Me. Oh my God. Me coming from him. Wow.
Everybody know I'm trying to be joking about D.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, I've exposed myself. Not to nothing bad. There are people who go off jokes I said, and they try to make the jokes into something. Look what he said. He's wrong for that. He's foul. Look how he lives. It's the internet. You gossip.
Gossip. This nigga always tries to bring up gossip when he's the biggest gossiper in the planet. Every Tuesday is a new gossip. Anyway, I hate how he tries to separate himself from gossipers. Like, nigga, that's all you do is gossip and spread misinformation and accuse people of shit. Like, you rarely teach people anything. Every episode is the same subject matter. You don't teach anybody anything new. You're not giving any real game to anybody. You've been recycling the same subjects on your show for years. There's nothing new that this man talks about. Nothing new. Unless D's Loose talk about bullshit, is talking about something of current events. Corey will, like, I swear I was listening to the shit, and as soon as this nigga brought up women, people that don't know how to pick women, because he was talking about the ticket situation, it's like, God damn, how many times you gonna say niggas don't know how to pick women? You're not teaching anybody anything new. If niggas want to go fuck their life up by dealing with A-shit bitches, ain't nothing you gonna say to them or teach them that's gonna show them otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So, GMS, your entire show is set up around gossiping, so you can't criticize Corey either. All y'all hypocrites. Nigga, I'm not sitting here talking about other people gossiping. If I gossip, I gossip. I don't give a fuck. I'm not sitting here separating myself from people. That's my point. We're all on this channel doing the same thing. That's the point. It's not to say that I'm better or that I don't gossip or any of that shit. It's not. I never said that. I never said that. Play it back and show me where I said I don't gossip. To play that back. I'm calling out hypocrisy for somebody to sit up and talk about people gossiping when that's all he's done for the last over a decade. So I don't understand what you're talking about. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? You're just like them, bro. Yeah. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove right now? Is this a gotcha moment or something? I'm confused. What are we talking about? Anyway, with this certain situation, listen to how he conveys this message.
People, and it's not the bitches, it's the men. The gossip bitches of the internet are the men. Ow. Not the women. Of course, you're going to get some women who say something, but when women ain't got no money from it, they move on to the next subject. Men who have it personal against men that they envy and know they'll never be like, they talk about one man for 5 to 10 years straight.
So wait, I can't criticize somebody for doing the same thing when they're trying to call out somebody for doing something and acting like they don't. If I haven't said that I don't gossip, how can't I call out somebody for pretending like they don't? Do you see how that makes sense? Can we start using our brains in the chat? If I never said, I'm going to say this again for you. If I never said that I don't gossip, how can I not call somebody out for being a hypocrite about gossiping? Do you see? Now, look at the replies. Do you think anything is registering to Jay Saunders right now? Do you think anything is registering? There's anything clicking in his brain right now to let him know that what he's saying makes no sense? What are you arguing about? We're saying the same thing. What are we arguing? What are you trying to convey? What is 1 + 1, Jay Sanders? Can we figure this out? I'm confused. I don't know, man. I try to give some people a chance, and then they got to double down on the stupid. You got to double down on the stupid because then you realize, oh shit, I just started arguing a point for no reason.
All gossip bitch niggas, but be down. But I'm saying, I will say this to
oh my God,
Godfrey, because I know he's listening.
Oh my God, wait, hold on. This is a perfect example. Now you can actually rewind it. Now you can actually rewind and hear what I said because this nigga just repeated me. He said, all I'm saying is you are just like them. You're no better. You can't make this shit up, man. It's only been 2 minutes. I literally just said, I am not saying I'm no better than these guys. I just said that 2 minutes ago. Some niggas just be retarded, man. Some niggas just be retarded. And you meant can't. Thank you. There you go. Fix it. Because what your fingers typed was the truth. Yes, I can criticize because I'm not acting better than them. I'm not saying that I don't gossip. I'm not saying that, oh, all these niggas gossip, but I don't. I'm not saying that. So, of course, I can criticize. Thank you. Appreciate you. We're going to keep that up for a minute, and I'm going to let you keep typing in the chat. Let's
shut the fuck up. Unless you finna say who you really are. If you shut the fuck up, people will think it's me. They'll be like, oh, Corey is just
this nigga's retarded to the bitch.
Do is shut the fuck up. But if you keep talking, you're going to keep exposing yourself. Godfrey, shut the fuck up and just laugh and make impersonations. Your show should be this. Quack, quack. That's all your show should be. If you get to talking, because see, Godfrey went to this school called Lane Tech. It's for the smart kids. Mm-hmm. Godfrey has studied black this, black that. He grew up in America, but trust me, he ain't never fucked with us.
Ooh.
My North Siders who know, man, let it be known. Here come, yeah. He'll smile with you. He ain't never really fucked with us.
Shout out to Sean Mims for the 5 in the chat. He said Corey gossip on Grady cheating. Shout out to you. Oh man, this guy.
Smile with you. He ain't never really fucked with us. Always had that. What is it? Like I said on that movie, what they call us, the Cutters. Yeah, we've always been that in.
Oh, I love this too. I love when they do this too, because this is how good Corey is tricking these dumbass niggas who have no brain at all, just fucking brainless ass, fucking hyena looking ass niggas that don't understand how YouTube works. And then you sit up here and talk about how somebody, once again, we're just going to apply this to Corey, because as he's saying that Corey said these guys gossip about the same guy for 5 years, GMS, that's literally your entire channel. While Corey gossips about gay people all year. He's gossiped about Stephen A. Smith every single year for the last 10 plus years. Imagine gossiping about a nigga for 10 plus years, and when you finally meet up with him, you hold up a piece of chicken and take a picture. Imagine gossiping about Charles Barkley for years, and when you see him, you quiver because the nigga's bigger than you. Imagine gossiping about Jamie Foxx for years, calling him gay and calling everybody around him gay, until when you run into him, you smile and say you was a groupie. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to act like I'm supposed to be ashamed for a YouTube page for talking about the same subject for years. I tell you I do this. I tell you this. I tell you. You may be new here. You may be new here. Yes, he does want attention. I'm giving it to him. He's new here. So he thinks that I think that I don't talk about Corey all the time, or that I don't post about Corey all the time. He thinks that in his brain, that I'm so delusional that I don't think that my channel consists of a bunch of Corey videos and 5150. He's that fucking stupid. See, and then I have to sit here and explain this for the 1,000th time that I don't give a fuck about how you feel about how many videos I post about Corey. Or do I care about how Corey feels about that shit? He has to frame it that way because he can't take the fact that a nigga's been right about him for the last 5 years. A nigga has been right every step of the way. And I became this nigga's personal boogeyman. I chose to do this. See, when the GMS show first started, we talked about a lot of topics, man. It was a lot of different videos about a lot of things going on in the media. When I went live, it was a bunch of live topics about everything. But over the past few years, when more things happen behind the scenes, I made sure to just focus in and hone in on one thing. Because I was tired of the hypocrisy. I was tired of the background bullshit, the minuscule threats. I was tired of the niggas trying to fuck with my channel. So I said, you know what? Since you don't want me to talk about you so bad, I'm going to only talk about you. Now, how do you feel about that, Jay Saunders? Does that boil your blood? Does that make you feel bad? Does that make you want to? And then it's always the niggas that got a result to y'all, the whole female shit. Oh, grown men, nigga, you are in the chat right now. You're in the chat entertaining this entire thing. Niggas who entertain shit like to act like they don't fuck with it when you're here leaving multiple comments. You wouldn't be here if you were a man that you think that you were. By your logic. By your logic. If we are worse than females, why are you here? Why are you entertaining? Why are you having conversations? You want to know why? Because you're a hoe. You are the hoe ass nigga you despise. It's the same thing that happens with Corey. He always talks about everybody else being a hoe ass nigga and all this shit. All of it is just projections, and niggas end up making themselves look like a fucking idiot all the time. All the time. It never fails. And I love taking the time. That's what they don't understand either. You don't get under my skin. I love doing it. I love responding to you niggas because a lot of y'all are fucking stupid. And it's so easy for me to make you look even more stupid as you continue to type. I'm talking with my voice. You have to type. You have to use a lot more energy than I do to try to get me to pay attention to you. It's like, and then I have the ability to block niggas, but I don't. I rarely do. Shout out to or who's that? Shout out to Medics in here. He says, speak on Black Ron when he came on Holcomb's show, basically light way checking, if you remember. I do remember that. Corey hasn't liked him since. And then Black Ron chose a side, basically, which I don't blame him. Marcus is his guy, and I saw how that was affecting Black Ron as far as like his friendship with Marcus and just being like, you know, this nigga trying to pile on Marcus and trying to make Marcus look bad, and he knows what position he's in. And if you know, I feel like Black Ron is somebody that if he was in the same position as Corey, he would probably put more people on, as far as not saying like he's anything, you know, more holier than thou or anything like that. I'm just saying people see how he kind of misuses his platform when it comes to other people. If he was such a super duper hellified, just the dopest of the dopest, a god amongst peasants like he feels like he is, he wouldn't give so much energy to the people he feels are beneath him. But, you know, people have a fake sense of, you know, people have this complex about themselves. But actually, let's see if there's any more. There's any
Godfrey's eyes.
Man.
Let me see.
He can't help it. He can't help it. I'm not going to even talk about my experiences with me and his brother, where Godfrey interfered with that, because it would be turning his brother against him. And his brother is not going to turn against him. Godfrey is a hero to his brother. But I was the cutter hanging with his brother. And things that happened, I was like, hey, that's when I found out that with the Nigerians, this is what I've been told, the older brother has rank over the younger brother. Dude is smiling with people. He don't fuck with you. Trust me. And the more he talk about it, the more he gonna put his foot in his mouth. Dante, you can't save him. You can't say he doesn't even know he's doing that. He does, brother. He does, Dante. He knows what he's doing.
Can I share my Godfrey story? I got a Godfrey story.
Really?
Yeah.
We're not sharing a Godfrey story today. Sorry, Trina. Love you, but nope. I saw a lot of people asking where Craig was. It is kind of odd that Craig has been doing like No Jumper and still doing his podcast, but he hasn't gone. Like, I'm trying to figure out what is it that is preventing him from doing the 5150 show. I think that he has a curfew. I think that his version of winning or beating a case is the fact that he didn't have to do jail time and he got put on some sort of curfew. I don't know if he has an ankle monitor. I don't know if it's just like a mandated thing that the judge put out there because he is an entertainer and he has to work to be able to provide. That might be it. That's the one thing I thought about, because if he's saying that him and Corey are cool and there's no, you know, turmoil, I feel like Corey would have brought it up by now, brought up an issue by now, because he can't help himself. But I think it might be after his case, he might have a curfew. It might be a curfew thing. And he can't go to 5150 because it goes late. And he can't be out past like, what, 9 or 10 or some shit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ain't nobody really talked about it yet. But once Craig decides that he wants to fully detail what went down, I guess we'll find out then. Sean Mims for the $4.99. He says Steve Harvey checked him about his wife. Yeah, Steve Harvey definitely did that too. It's people that stick. Like, that's one thing I've learned over time, is that when you stand up for yourself in certain ways, people will grow a certain level of respect for you to where they know they can't try you. And it's easy to talk about people in a certain way on the internet than it is in real life. And we've seen that with somebody who likes to reiterate that point all the time. He said, did you cover Corey taking a shot at Craig saying he looked like Big Tigger wife? I think he would have said that if Craig was there. I don't think that was a shot. I think he would have said that if Craig was there, honestly. And Craig would be like, "Oh man, oh shit, man, oh you crazy, man, you crazy." He wouldn't have said nothing back. Nigga, you crazy in the motherfucker, man. Goddamn, Corey, you crazy in the bitch, man. Shit. Oh, that nigga Craig is funny. Shout out to you for the 199. He said, why they can't Zoom Craig? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, shit, Zooming, I don't know. Maybe Craig not into the whole Zoom thing, even though I think he does that with he does that with what's his name, man? I forgot his name. God damn it. Todd. Shout out to Todd. He does that with Todd on their show. They Zoom together, I believe. So I don't know. It's a good question. I have no idea. But if you didn't know why Corey was talking the way that he was talking about Godfrey, is because on a recent episode that he had on his podcast, and Godfrey We Trust, he opened up the phone lines, and a young black woman decided to call in to say that she wanted him to apologize to Karen Hunter for his remarks or whatever it is that he said about her. And him and Karen Hunter have a long-standing feud, apparently. I didn't know about this until today. I didn't know he had issues with Karen Hunter, but she didn't like the comments that were made by an actor who had a response to. So Drewski put out a skit about British actors taking roles from Black American actors, and you know how it is. There's been so many times we've seen movies or TV shows of Black actors who we didn't know had British accents because they were so good at their role and so good at sounding like a Black American male or female. We got surprised by it, and Drewski put out a skit basically making fun of that, and somebody has something to say, and this is actually what was said. They're gonna play the clip on Karen Hunter's podcast, so you're gonna hear it here.
Before we play the clip, wait, hold on. So afterwards, Van Lathan, who I absolutely love, he and Rachel, who I didn't know was one of the Bachelorettes.
That's how she got famous. The Bachelorette.
I didn't know. I didn't know until I watched the Bachelorette.
And they have had a very not so great divorce. But yes,
I said, "Is that Rachel from the Van Lathan show?" This is how I'm so disconnected from that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that, the whole Trina and Corey situation. I might talk about it later after we get done with this subject. But that's the part that was like, it happens so much when Corey asks a question to somebody on the panel. He's not asking for an objective opinion. He's not asking to hear your honest answer. He's asking to hear the yes. He wants somebody to agree with him. He wants a yes man. So when he asked a certain question to Trina, which the audacity of a nigga that doesn't do something for a living, feeling like the person he's asking a question to who does do it for a living is lying or being disingenuous about their answer. When he asked her the question and she started to answer and say no, he said, I'm going to ask again so you'll act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Because everybody else to Corey is just fucking stupid. Everybody else doesn't know shit, even though he's the guy that doesn't be knowing shit and be finding out shit later on and being like, and that's his cop-out too. His cop-out is like, he'll bring something up that's like common knowledge, and then he'll say, people don't know about that. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. No, nigga, you don't know this. And maybe the dumb motherfuckers who watch you, who fucking fanboy over you, don't know it because they so stupid they don't use common sense or logic themselves. But nah, nigga, a lot of shit that you just be finding out today at the age of 57, a lot of people already knew. And he talked to people like they don't know shit. He talks to people like Craig. He be like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this, little brother. I know you don't know this, and you not, nigga, Craig is 40 something. How the fuck he don't know? That's the shit that be getting niggas be like, oh man, Corey a real OG, man. He be giving game, man. It's like, no, nigga. He just thinks niggas are stupid and don't know what he know. If you really pay attention, this nigga's life experiences stop at comedy and bitches. Let's really get real with this shit. This nigga's cap in life experiences is doing stand up and dropping $40 on the goddamn dress and trying to make it in Hollywood. Let's be real, man. Now let's get to this. We'll talk about that later.
I do watch Love Island. We'll say less about that. Anyway, Van Lathan also was talking about it, so I'm gonna play his response. But first, listen. Go ahead, Smith.
Play the clip.
This will be a CT. You play the clip, please.
If you take the Nigerian accent like this and you slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there.
Facts.
And then you start to put a little bit of subservience in it. This is what starts to happen to the Nigerian accent.
Man.
It goes this because literally, if you're down here and you start to speed it up, and then you start to take all the thing out of it, then before you know it, you're talking like this.
Now we are free again.
Now we are free. We are released.
Hey, that was a smooth transition.
You see that?
Damn.
You have to study it. You have to study it.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Jazzbo the Reaper's channel got taken down. They X'd that shit. It got ripped away from the YouTube atmosphere. It's unclear who it was. Speculation, of course, points the finger to Corey Holcomb and his team, or like my man saying here, probably Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is probably more believable because his team is quick at getting people's channels striked or whatever the case. And I think or could have been music. If you get enough strikes on your channel will get taken down. We don't know the reason. He hasn't posted an email. They do tell you a reason. YouTube tells you a reason. So I haven't watched anything because he did create a new channel. So search up the Reaper again. Go find his new channel. I don't have the link in here, but go find it and subscribe again and support him. But yeah, I don't know what the official reason was. So yeah, Reaper's channel got X'd like a motherfucker.
You usually no. I do a southern accent.
No, the way he just did that whole thing. Go ahead.
Clear your throat. You know when you.
No. I gotta stay in my lane on that one.
Okay.
All right. Pause, Smith. Pause. First of all three of y'all speaking English.
Everybody involved is speaking English. And let's talk about who English sounds the most English. While you want to talk about colonization.
Come on. Second of all, skin bleaching is number one in Nigeria. It's a $1 billion industry. Skin bleaching. That means taking your beautiful melanated skin to an alabaster that is also causing disease. Number three, what you may be Igbo and you know your name and all of that, but you're acting as if you weren't subservient and still are to the queen, to the crown. You literally let them name your country Land of the Blacks. That's what Nigeria means, right? And I don't want to get into the us versus them because you are now centering something that if we're gonna get through this was somebody called it an unforced error. But what it did for me was reveal something.
I agree.
It's not an error. This is how y'all talk when you're around each
This
other.
is how you speak when you feel comfortable. Because let me tell you this, because the man apologized, and the apology set me off because the apology said, I didn't mean what I said. First of all, I have never heard someone so convicted and descriptive about something they did not mean. I've never heard it. You articulated that thing it rose about your spirit quite well for something you did not mean. I am so tired. I think everybody should be given an opportunity to apologize. I am so tired of them actually being forgiven when you give me some mess like that, because it's not true. Say that you were ill-informed. Say that you were uneducated. Say that give me anything other than I didn't mean it because you meant it. That's a fact.
Yes. He said you got to put a lot of slavery and a little bit of
subservience.
Baby, as if
It was so offensive. It was. I don't even understand how. And let me also say, this maybe a little hot.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you pause. Let you pause, Amber, so that you can have the last word on this, because now we're gonna hear from
let's hear
Rachel Lindsay and Van Jones.
Okay.
Not
you
Van
might
Jones.
have said
Sorry,
Van Jones. Van Lathan.
Sorry, Van Lathan.
Okay.
Sorry, Van Lathan. Y'all both named Van. He need to change his name. Van Jones needs to change his name to something. Something else. I'm gonna say less. I'm gonna say less. Okay. Play us.
Now, I'll let you guys know there is nothing that I like more than this podcast relationship with David Oyelowo. David Oyelowo, it was a movie called Newborn earlier this year. And Nate Parker, fantastic.
By the way, David Oyelowo played Martin Luther King. So I just want y'all to know that he played Martin Luther King. And I guess there was no like Black American actors who could have played Martin Luther King. So, we just want to put that out there.
Great movie. And him and Nate Parker have master studios together. I could wax poetic about life, but the reality is it would just be me trying to soften the blow. We can't do it like that, man. And I'll tell you.
I just love to know what he was thinking.
We can't do it like that, man.
Do you think that he would have said that here? Because he's talking to two Africans.
Oh, come on, don't say it like that. Like,
don't make it something that it's not. I'm asking a legitimate question here.
He's talking to two Africans. The way you said it.
I just wonder, because I paused because I was going to say Nigerian and I wasn't sure if both are, so that's why I said that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody was Nigerian.
Okay, so it was. I'm in a different space. And this is not to make it excusing it, but it did make me wonder. I wonder if you would have said that to us if that conversation had come up, because we have talked to him about Black British actors taking roles of Black American actors, and we've done all that conversation, and he does talk about that as well. But I think that conversation again that he has on the podcast 154 Africa podcast, that conversation he has with them combined with this accent and saying he puts a little subservience to it is why we have the wars.
The diaspora wars.
Yeah, it's why we have the diaspora wars, because
hey, I do want to respond to this. He said the funny thing is these Africans like Godfrey would never let Denzel Washington play Nelson Mandela. I will say for the record, Don Cheadle played in Hotel Rwanda. He's a Black American, all right? And he was in Hotel Rwanda like, we are not trying to find a blood diamond. We do not want to find a blood diamond. I will not do this for you, Leonardo DiCaprio. I will not do this for you. If you want to do it, you'll do it yourself. I will not dig up the blood diamond. It is not what I do. Just because I look like this, does it mean that I have to dig for gold and diamonds? Save the children. Do y'all remember that motherfucker Comey? The one African dude that was like kidnapping kids and like eating them and shit. Y'all remember that nigga? Oh my God. I don't even know why I just thought about the movie Hotel Rwanda, and it was like a dude in the movie that was kind of like it, but wasn't like that dude. But I just remember there was a whole campaign against this dude that reached all the way to America because he was so horrible. Like usually a lot of the atrocities that happen overseas, we hear about it once it starts to become way too disastrous. We don't hear about the regular stuff all day, every day, but the stuff that becomes heinous and ridiculous, that's when we start hearing about it. And that nigga Comey was on some bull. Coney. There we go. Coney. I'm thinking about the one dude who worked for Trump, but Coney, that dude. Forrest Whitaker. Yep. I'm black as Forrest Whitaker's neck. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. I hate my gums because they black. Hey, man, I'm sorry. Sometimes, look, man, I be high sometimes, man. I be smoking before I go live, and then certain things just hit my brain out of nowhere, man. So every time I see Forrest Whitaker's name on a screen, that's the first thing I hear is Bernie Mac's voice. Ha! Oh my God. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, one of the greatest to ever do it. Now let's go here. Let's get to the shits. Let's post this up real quick because I want to get to this. Now, Godfrey, this is where my critique for Godfrey comes in, because when he was on his podcast talking to a young lady who called in to talk to him about what Karen Hunter had to say, it seemed like this man had a lot more to say and a lot more venom for Karen Hunter than he does Corey Holcomb, who talks about this man like a dog. And it's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't know what his hesitation is. Maybe he is scared. Maybe he do think that Corey will get him beat up, because I know Corey ain't beating nobody up himself, but maybe he do got some goons that'll pull up and do some damage. I don't know. But why was he so quick to react this way, but not when it comes to another man that's been talking about him like a shit stain for the last month or so? We're going to check it out. Let's listen.
Is this the gray area?
Tiger Lily.
What?
No, it's Tiger Lily, but it's Tiger Lily. I know what the person is talking about, though.
Tiger Lily?
Yes.
What is she talking about?
Okay, so when David was on
Man, hell no. Ain't nobody scared of this nigga.
Podcast, right? You guys did the whole segment about, doing different accents. So it was a lot of heat over him doing the accent, over he was saying how a Nigerian accent, the Nigerian accent converts down into a slave accent. So Karen Hunter did a whole segment on her show about how David has no right to be saying that. He's trolling Black Americans. She went in. Like, when you get an opportunity, I'm not saying you have to respond, but I never tell you what to do. But I was like, when you get an opportunity, look it up, because a lot of people had a lot to say about what David said. I don't have no problem with it, because I'm like, this man is a talented actor, and he was taking his interpretation of one thing. But David actually put out a statement where he apologized.
Yeah, he sure
for what
did.
He said.
I talked to him.
Yeah, but that being said, though, it's kind of like you don't have to go back and forth with Karen. That's why I said sometimes I hate when people say, "Oh, you need to talk about this and you need to talk about that." You don't need to talk about shit you don't want to talk about.
But why would I apologize to him?
Let gray area call.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for telling me. Hold
on.
on. Well, can you hang up Tiger Lily? We got to get this other person that asked me to apologize to her. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Tiger Lily. I appreciate you.
Call again, gray area.
But of course, Karen's going to jump on that because she has to. Fucking bozo. What?
Hello?
Another one. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that's how you answer? Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Shoot. That's gray area, right?
It is. It is also known as Amela. So I've been following you a long time, but I also follow Karen Hunter, and I just feel like you guys need to squash whatever this is because you seem most aligned. Although I am a little annoyed about the episode with David of Yellow, but I know it's not in alignment with the
nigga. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but because I have on headphones, I can hear it very clearly. But this big nigga, Dante Nero, is breathing in the mic like a typical fat nigga. Like, if you can hear it closely, I don't know how many of y'all are listening just on like your phone or on TV, if you're in your car, if you even have headphones, but just listen. And you'll hear a nigga in the background like, that's just that build up. Like, if you look at how Dante's build is that build, like when he stands up, his air passageways are clear, but when he sit down, them bitches get blocked up. And you could hear it in the mic. He breathing heavy than a bitch. Shout out to Dante. He a cool nigga, but I can hear it, and it's hard not to look past it.
World Cup.
Oh, turn
I
that
can
shit
give
off.
you a little bit on that, but yeah. So, okay, one thing at a time. So, what's your side of the story?
Wait. And you can hear him. You can hear him trying to suppress it. He don't want to be too obvious in the mic. He tried to suppress it a little bit. Like, you know when you breathe, like, when you're a fat nigga and you do something a normal sized person does, but you breathe too heavy from it because you out of shape, but you don't want nobody to know you that out of shape and you breathing heavy from such a normal ass activity. So you try to hold it in and not breathe too heavily. So you try to, like, it's like you fighting that shit. He is fighting it, but he can't.
With Karen Hunter, not to overtake your show, but I am curious.
I'll take my side. Wait.
How do you feel about Karen Hunter? Is what she's asking, I think.
I got fired by her. What's the big?
She fired him.
She fired me. So what?
I know, but she says that you were like, listen, I've watched you evolve.
No.
So
Tell me what she
sure,
said. Get to it.
Okay. She said you were.
It's that shit right there. It's that shit right there. The dismissal, the rudeness. This lady was being respectful. She was trying to have a civil conversation, and the way you were reacting to her, the way you were talking was very out of line.
She says that you were like, listen, I've watched you evolve.
No.
So
Tell me what she
sure,
said. Get to it.
She said you were extremely disrespectful to her.
How?
She said you called her a bitch.
I called her a bitch after she talked shit about me. You understand?
Okay.
So get the whole story, okay? Because I moved the fuck on. First of all, I'm not trying to be mad at you, but I hold on. I've moved on. I never mentioned Karen.
Okay.
So people were telling me, they were coming at me, like people were sending me messages going, Karen is dogging you on her show. And I was like, well, she fired me. Why? And I didn't even answer. I just kept it moving about my business. And she was insulting me because I know people that are loyal that were telling me, yeah, Karen's saying this about you. I was like, wow, that sucks. And then I was like, hey, Karen, keep my name out your mouth. Like, you fired me. I moved on. You know what I mean? I just kept it moving. And she kept on throwing jabs at me, and people were telling me this. Okay. And then she goes like my talking about my career ain't shit, all kinds of shit, as if she made my career. My career's been around. She asked me to come on her channel. I was minding my business. I was walking through the hallways of Sirius XM when she approached me. You understand?
Okay. I hear you.
No,
okay.
this is what the story is, miss. She asked me to be on her show. And I was like, well, I don't really do radio. I don't really want to do it. She goes, no, you should do it. She kept bugging me. And then she gave me an hour, which was the power hour at 12. And then it was doing so well that I moved on to 6 to 8. And I was like, oh, I'll just do an hour. Then everybody was like, do more than 2 hours, do more than 1 hour. And then I got moved. And then I told her before I got on that station, I say a lot of edgy shit. I don't think you want me on this channel. It's a conservative black channel. And she goes, no, we want to change the feel of the show. I said, I'm going to keep it 100 though. Let me say what I want to say. And I got fired over some bullshit.
I didn't call her a bitch.
What do you mean?
I didn't call her. I was on the show.
Yeah, why would you say you did?
I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch.
I did.
No, I'm saying I didn't call her a bitch. And I got kicked off.
Oh, right. Oh, gotcha.
And and Lamont didn't call her a bitch.
And he got kicked off.
She don't talk to Lamont. So when you have a situation where you the one needs Sylvia didn't call her a bitch.
She fired her too.
So you're under this.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like she's kind of a bitch.
When you have a situation where wait. When you have a situation where somebody always has the problem with somebody else, then it can't be everybody else.
Yeah, it's facts.
I hear you.
You have to understand. You guys are probably still listening to Karen. All of us moved on. I wasn't talking about her. I didn't do none of that. And her whole thing about black unity, she's full of shit. She is full of shit.
She does her thing in the context of her thing.
Listen, but she's full of shit.
But interpersonally, there's a reason why she has a problem with everybody else.
Well, she tricked me And how I got fired was some bullshit because I personally think my show was doing really well. It was and I know on the inside, motherfuckers was like, you was doing really well. They had to find something to get you on. And I knew on some inside shit, which I ain't going to mention that person. And I was like, cool, because I was kicking ass. Because the week before she fired me, I went to an advertising meeting at Madison Square Garden. It was all the people that were going to sponsor me. And they said, well, what's your show about? I came in that room and it was awesome. I had them rolling, laughing. And then she fires me the next week. It was just weird. The chronology of what happened. I was like, wow. And so I remember getting off the train coming from DC because I went to DC to cross promote with Joe Madison. Rest in peace, Joe Madison. Woke up early in the morning on my own to meet Joe Madison. Then I did Laura Coates' shit. That's when the Laura Coates thing happened where they kicked me off. But either way, I've said worse stuff. I didn't say anything crazy. I said exactly what I imitate people, and I got fired. And I was like, that was just real shady. But then I said, you know what? All right. And I just moved on, and I started doing Lord Jamar's thing with Raw Digger and doing my In Godfrey We Trust. I said, let me just go do that. And that's
now somebody said, now let me know in this chat, is this the same episode where Godfrey says some disrespectful stuff about how he takes up for black women? Let me know, because we're gonna keep watching if it is. I just need to know. And and if you can timestamp it for me, let me know what a timestamp is, because I need to hear that to be able to critique it in the right way. Now, there is context to this as far as him speaking on somebody who doesn't like him and fired him. But in any situation, just like I get on Corey about just because you don't like somebody, disrespect them in that way. If Godfrey, now imagine this. Just imagine if Godfrey started to call Karen Monkey Karen. Imagine that. Imagine if he started depicting the black women who don't like him as monkeys on the shirt. Is it different because he's African? Is it because he's a Tether that it would make it different? You can't, you wouldn't hold a black American man to a certain standard, but you'll try to hold somebody who isn't FBA to a certain standard. Do you think that makes sense? When we're talking about being objective, and we're talking about actually having respect for not just black people, but black women who deserve that respect. You know, in a certain way, the way that they try to portray black women, y'all should look at it the same way they try to portray black men in this country. Because a lot of us have black mothers, black sisters, black cousins, black aunties, black uncties who we respect and see the example that should be set for a lot of people. And to me, you'll never catch me using any type of racial undertones towards black people ever. You're not going to hear me try to depict any black person as a monkey. You're not going to hear me reiterate any white supremacist talking points. Never. So I don't rock with that. And I don't like it. I don't support it. And I'm going to hold anybody accountable. I don't care who it is. If you're a black man calling black women monkeys, bitches, any type of thing, or try to categorize them as one, which is what white supremacists do on a daily, categorize all black people as one thing, one entity, I can't rock with you. But yeah, let's hear. Y'all said this the same episode. Let's listen.
The Steve Harvey stuff went viral. I was like, that was a blessing that she fired me. Because first of all, I don't like that corporate shit anyway. That's why I was very hesitant because a lot of comedians were being fired from SiriusXM anyway. So I was like, I was tired of that.
There's also a situation where there
was this. Whoa. Godfrey said what? Godfrey said what? I gotta hear it for myself, dog.
Perception of radio is better than podcasting.
Yeah.
So anytime you called
Say it
the
ain't
show
so, Joe.
podcasting, she would get mad at this ain't podcasting, this radio, which ultimately now she has a podcast.
Now she has a podcast
Because
jumping off
there
on
is
my.
there's a situation where you're talking about there was an older mentality that radio was something special and podcasting was some kind of subpar.
Godfrey haters, you said?
No, that's real. I used to have a show on
and let me
Clubhouse,
say
and my
this, and
co-host
ultimately,
was- let
she
me
has a
finish. My
podcast
co-host
now where
was
she.
like the
somebody's
known
wait,
journalist.
she's talking.
So
You
there
talk,
was
what?
a stigma about the podcast.
I didn't hear
at
you.
first.
Wait, hello? It must be a delay or some shit. Hello?
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you
Yeah,
saying?
can you hear me?
Talking to the mic.
No, just real
No.
quick, in terms of the stigma about the podcast versus radio, like, you know, we had a co-host of mine on Clubhouse. We had a great opportunity to start a show on YouTube a long time ago. But because of that stigma, she's like much deeper into journalism than I am, and she didn't want to do it. And I'm like, now look at everybody on YouTube. So anyway, I feel you. I know it was definitely a sentiment that people didn't want to, be known as being on podcasts, but they didn't have any choice but to change.
That wasn't. That's not true.
A separate issue.
That's not true.
No,
The point was that
you see all the known people.
Wait, listen.
All the journalists. on there now.
The industry changed. Donald Trump is in office because of Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz. So they were literally changed the course of politics with podcasting. The problem was that she had her roots in radio, and she thought that radio was going to be forever.
Yeah.
Where nobody cares about radio.
And she even told me your shit ain't, and then she went in on my career. I was like, I was this guy before you. In fact, I was helping out your channel. You know how I know? Because I have people that come to my show go, man, I wish you was still on that channel, man. You tore that bitch down. I had truck drivers honking their horns at 6 p.m. all around the country.
Yeah.
My
I remember.
My callership would stay full. I mean, I had the proof of it, but
appreciate the fact
and try to pick at the smallest shit, waiting for
your reaction.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking, because I did not.
Hold on.
Nigerian. Listen, I've been through all the arguments with ex-boyfriend, Nigerian, the whole nine. So I understand.
Yeah, but I grew up. First of all, I grew up in Chicago.
We were a little surprised by your reaction.
I don't give a fuck what y'all were thinking, because I didn't make him say that.
I didn't say it.
I didn't make him say that. So fuck all of that. Because you all sit there and try to pick at the smallest shit, waiting for us to fuck up. First of all, me and Akbar grew up in Crenshaw. All right. I grew up in Chicago, some of the blackest cities around. Chicago's the most segregated city in this country. So I know what Black Americans are like, because I was stopped by cops, harassed by cops, called nigga, the whole nine. Okay. So I'm a little bit different, but that show, what our show is, it's just 9-10 months. We're doing really well. It's needed. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when someone goes, I didn't like your reaction, you're not my fucking parent, first off. And I'm the first person, if I fuck up, I'll go, man, my bad. But David said it. So to villainize me is bullshit.
Now that is something that Corey was talking about on the show when he tried to reference the whole, Godfrey being from Chicago for real, and talked about what school he went from, and trying to relive his Chicago days, knowing he hasn't been in Chicago or lived in Chicago forever. He's a Californian. He is a LA native at this point. Corey has been in California his entire life. He left. I forget what age did he leave Chicago on a revoked license and never went back. Like, we got to start talking about how people still try to live vicariously through the people that stayed in the places they ran from. Now, I get it. You're chasing your dream. Great. But you're no more of a person that is from Chicago than Godfrey is, man. Let's keep it real. Despite what school he went to. And that's like that's part of that psychological shit. Like, if Godfrey was a Black American man and you talking about what type of school he went to, like the same way he was talking about Grady and where Grady was really from and why they got into it, that's like when niggas say black, you talking white. Man, I am a Black man. that still has to deal with the same type of racism and bullshit that you going through, black man. So because I talk a certain way, or because I went to a certain school, or because my parents decided to actually buckle the fuck down and work their ass off for a living, to try their hardest to get past all the obstacles that was set against us to provide a better life, that don't make me no less black than you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's just little things like that to pick at. But also, Godfrey's approach to this is very hostile. And I don't like a hostile reaction to when a black person is trying to convey a point to you that you should be trying to understand. Because now Godfrey is sounding like the white people that grew up around black people. Now you got to say, I have black friends. This is the equivalent to saying, well, I have black friends. How can I be racist? Now, I'm not calling Godfrey racist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he has a disdain for black people. All I'm saying is being aware will change an entire conversation and change a narrative very quickly, because how he's coming off is very hostile. And this woman is trying to have a civil conversation, but he can't look past that word tether just hanging in the back of his brain right now. So all he's hearing is a FBA person trying to tell him that he needs to do something better, do something about how he's presenting himself, and also allowing other people to present themselves on his show.
That's black shit, just trying to have something to bitch about. See, what we're doing is we're trying to work out our kinks. People are traumatized. Black Americans are traumatized. Caribbeans are traumatized. Africans are traumatized. Everybody's traumatized. Black women are traumatized. Black men are traumatized. So this is all coming from trauma. And this should be a therapeutic podcast. It should be a podcast where we go, hey, man, we fucked up. We got to talk about these things. But to just go, I'm disappointed. None of you motherfuckers are my parent. None of you. Nobody's perfect talking shit to me. You do a podcast and do better then. But my thing is, I'm doing this for the good of all of us, to bridge a gap and all this. Oh, you're a tether, you're a this. You can eat a dick. I'm just not talking to you, miss. I'm just saying in the general. But
Okay,
you can
like
eat
that.
a dick for real. I'm a tether, I'm a this, all these terms for a bunch of
No, I wasn't
traumatized
saying
black
any of
folk.
that.
It's like, first of all, I'm a very well-read man when it comes to black life. Very well-read. I've done mounds of going to see the minister, a Savior's Day, all kinds of shit. I met Stokely Carmichael. I met Francis Cress Welsing. I met all these people. Did you? I can question a lot of people on that.
Listen, I was in college at the same time. Let me just say real quick.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do a measure on blackness, I'll probably stomp most of you. It's not sensitivity. It ain't sensitivity. Don't fucking ever say that to me. It's not sensitivity. It's passion, because I'm on point. I'm not here to make you like, don't try to play good guy by, you're getting sensitive. No, this is passionate shit. And I'm real about it. When people go, oh, you shouldn't have done, fuck all of that.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is you keep switching off, Godfrey. I wasn't.
What'd you say?
Like that. I'm telling you, you've always represented that.
Always, but then you get one little thing and you guys, as much as I speak up for black women, what do you think that does to me in this business when I'm speaking up for you guys? I speak up for you motherfuckers all the time. Most celebrities in Hollywood don't say a goddamn thing about y'all. And I'm always opening my mouth for you guys. I try my best. But I do one thing, you guys just go off.
I get it. All right.
Godfrey, it is emotional. You are that is emotional. That's emotional. Passion, you can speak with passion, but there has to also still be a level of respect within that passion. Like when you curse while being passionate, it's supposed to come off like you're cursing out of the passion of what you're saying, not like you're cursing at somebody or like you're cussing somebody out. This was him being emotional. This was him thinking about, like I said, and right, this is my first time watching this. Y'all know it. Y'all see it. This is my first time watching this. So I'm not lying when I say this. Y'all just heard me right before I played this part that he has that word FB or tether hanging in the back of his head right now. And sure enough, right after I said that, kept playing it, and he brought it up. And it's because he feels that way when he speaks to black people when they try to talk to him about how certain things are conveyed or how certain things are presented. This woman was continuously trying to get her point across. That's another thing too. I hate when motherfuckers open up phone lines and then be on some, this is my show. No, you open the phone lines for dialogue. You open the phone lines for conversation. If you're gonna open the phone lines, the least you can do, regardless if it's your show or not, is to hear the person out. I could see if somebody was just calling to be disrespectful. I could see if she called and immediately was on some, you tether this and you doing all this shit because you African and you don't, then control the room. But she couldn't even really get a word out. Both Dante and Godfrey was cutting her off and not allowing her to say shit. And he's so much on the defense that he doesn't understand that this woman actually is a supporter of his, but just critiquing him. And that's the problem. He's showing these type of traits that Corey be showing. See, this channel started out as just a simple critique about Corey and Zoe Williams' fallout. No disrespectful words were said. I didn't call this nigga Corey out his name. It was none of that. It was a simple critique. But because when these niggas get flooded with so much hate or whatever it is they get flooded with, they're going to automatically approach a situation of critique as hate, and they're going to view it that way, and they're only going to see one point and one side. They're not going to open up their mind or their logic, the logical sensors in their brain to have a respectful conversation amongst one another. That's all I'm saying. This lady's he's being blatantly disrespectful.
Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you speak to this? I really was just trying to say that for a second. All right. Dante,
yes.
Can you just stop for a second? Can you speak to this? I really was just trying to say that I was just
Dante wasn't even talking. She said, Dante, can you just stop for a second? She heard him breathing on the other side. She heard him breathing on the mic. He wasn't even talking. He was just breathing heavy. She said, Dante, can you just calm down? He said,
surprised, to be honest, throughout the whole interview. I felt like, I was with you guys because I felt like you was low-key side-eyeing him. So I'm not saying I felt like...
Well, first of all, I don't even remember when he said the shit. You really weren't even paying attention.
I wasn't even paying attention. First of all, we were having such a... First of all, our interview was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
They were like, I said, what did David say?
But I'm going to tell you something. I watched it, and I know, I could always tell when you're not there.
Yes.
You were zoned the fuck out. You were holding the cards and you were just reading off, and it went through.
I don't even remember
when he said you bring a little subservience and but you got to understand something. We get this. I've gotten this from Haitian people. I've got this from Caribbean people. How about this? People talk. I'm FBA, and I get it from FBAs because I'm light skinned. So what we're talking about is overall black trauma that exceeds on, and we're always ready to go hard on black folks. Even when we talk about the roast with Kevin Hart has made black millionaires. He's done where people had generational wealth for their family for the rest of their lives, and then all of a sudden, because a white boy is white boying and doing what he does, then everybody wants to turn on Kevin Hart.
Right.
He should have did this. Y'all don't hate Derek Chauvin. I've said this a bunch of times, and every time I say this, people act like I'm crazy. People hate Candace Owens more than they hate Derek Chauvin. They hate the woman. And don't get me wrong, Candace Owens ain't shit. I don't want to be clear. Fuck that bitch. But But we hate her for talking about George Floyd more than we hate the white cop that murdered him on film.
Now, Dante.
Like that's
now. I want to say this. I see where Dante is going with that, but the reason why most people will probably hate her more than Derek Chauvin is because we expect that out of the police. Not to say that it's any better, but also Candace Owens is somebody who didn't just add fuel to the flame. She is somebody who pushes narratives. She is somebody who is helping destroy the legacy of a man, despite his troubles, despite his charges, despite the things that he may have done, the mistakes he's made. I'm not calling him a martyr. I'm not calling him a saint. I'm not saying he's some black leader, but he died for no reason. There's a level of humanity in that people need to understand. It's like when Kyle Rittenhouse went out there and skipped through state lines as a 17-year-old boy. A grown-ass man called on a 17-year-old boy to come help him defend a shop that never got broken into and didn't get broken into that night. And if you were protecting, that's another fucked up part. Everybody talks about, oh, well, this and that, and why he was justified. This man wasn't outside the shop. He wasn't inside the shop. This man was walking down the street looking for somebody to shoot because he's been indoctrinated by a certain group, by a certain side, a political side, to think that another side is violent and dangerous. You know, through the whole 2020, 2022, all the Derek Chauvin, all the George Floyd shit, even the other police killings that happened in out here in Minnesota during that time, nobody was murdered or beat up by the vicious, violent mob crowd leftist Antifa. Not one single murder was recorded by the violent leftists who went and burned down their cities. Answer me this question. How do people burn down cities but don't kill nobody? Has anybody ever asked that fucking question? It's 2026. How the fuck do people burn down their entire city or cities, as they put it, but didn't nobody die? Not even a cop. And apparently they hated the police so much. See, that's the funny thing about that side. Because no cops died or were injured, the only thing that they could hold on to was they're saying defund the police. Oh my God. Why are they hate the police so much? We got to back the blue because they want to defund them. Then January 6th comes around and a mass group of white people comes and does more damage than anybody ever did in 2020 and 2022 combined. And on the Capitol. When you start seeing through the bullshit, you don't feed into the rhetorics, man. It's a lot of bullshit that we have to endure as a people, and I've been seeing how things have been going. I understand how these bots work. There's so many, and that's another thing too. Africa has a bad rep when it comes to the internet. You know what I'm saying? From people labeling Nigerian scammers to just the simple fact that there are thousands of African bot pages on Twitter. And I'm not exaggerating. It's a very high number of bot accounts that exist on Twitter. So many of them. And they're there to cause division, and they're there to rage bait people. Engagement is everything. People want to get paid off of X, so they go there as African and German and United Kingdom bot counts so that they can type up rage bait and get engagement for it. That's the game. Because they understand how the algorithms work. today, if I decide to do a full switch up and become a right wing, matter of fact, I thought about it. I thought about making a burner account and just going full right wing, typing a whole bunch of racist shit just so I can get a Twitter check. But you want to know something? Even in a burner account, I feel like my moral integrity will be conflicted. There's nothing in me that will want to betray my own people or betray anybody in that just to go on, just to add to the destruction of this society. It's the lowest of the lowest. Any nigga out there with a burner account that's out there trying to rage bait people or trying to cause more division and more hatred, you a bitch. Your mama's a bitch. Your daddy's a bitch. They were raised by bitches. Every single one of them. I can't get jiggy with that shit.
That's straight trauma.
It's like I said. It's like I said. With David, the fact that you all are going to hold on to that shit? First of all, David, David is getting like dragged, which is good. Like you fucked up, and this is good. But to come at me, I'm like, oh man. And first of all, David Ayuolo, when he did Martin Luther King, he raised money for that. He busted his ass it took him 7 years to make that. And he hired nothing but African Americans. He hired Common, right? Who played Masavio's dad. Remember Masavio?
Yeah.
But Common played Masavio's father,
yeah,
who was with Dr. King. He hired a lot of African Americans. Now he has a platform called Mansa with Nate Parker, who's Black American.
Yeah.
He's literally hiring
but what
and
we
putting
do
people to
is
work. But I mean,
we stand on the sideline, we do nothing, and then we criticize everything that Black people
exactly.
do. But on the same sense, this is a white supremacy society that turns us against, because they do give these parts to Black British actors, because there is the same way. There's no way in the world they would have let Barack Obama run for the president if he was African American, because
Sorry, my mic is muted. But I just want to point out the fact that Akeem Woods has been sitting here now on this podcast for about over half an hour, and all he has been giving to the podcast to contribute is a gay sitting stance. He's just over there being gay, you know. I hear him contribute to this conversation once, besides reiterating the fact that Karen Hunter sounds like a bitch. Say something, man. Speak up. Akeem, what are you doing?
There's a class system that says that African Americans are at the bottom of the class system. They will not they need to hold us. When you talk about patriotic assimilation, part of patriotic assimilation is assimilating into the racism against African Americans.
They said just because you're gay, you don't have to sit gay.
Hey, I told you, I have not seen this. I have not seen this. I swear to God, on my life, on everything I love. This is my first time watching it right here with y'all. I did not know that was coming up. Okay. I told y'all, it's something about this brain, man. I just be knowing shit. I be knowing when shit about to happen. I be knowing when shit coming. And somehow somebody in the chat mentioned how gay this nigga was sitting.
Racism against African Americans.
They said just because you're gay, you don't have to sit gay.
Can't help it. You go.
Nah, I'm
that
sitting.
was really funny. Them dumb folded legs. He does that little yoga move.
I'm gonna sit as gay as I can. It's still June, nigga.
But either.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. So okay, I saw enough. I'm gonna go look for when he said FBA stands for Foundational Black Assholes. I think that's kind of crazy, and also he should be aware enough to know what that's gonna look like and how that's going to affect him. Because believe it or not, Godfrey has a lot of FBAs that support him. You know what I'm saying? He does have that support from Black Americans. So This is why you got to be aware of how you move. You should only want to be in the good graces of positivity. You know what I'm saying? You should only want to be in the good graces of those who think highly of you. So when you say something or when you do something like that, you got to be fully aware of the consequences that come with it. And if he loses support, I understand. Shouldn't be saying shit like that. Now, Godfrey also had the guy who sang the original title track to The Lion King. You know, at the beginning, hey, no, gotta beat my dick hard, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna least in Nevada. I got a car leased in Nevada. I got a car leased in Nevada. That's what I used to say when I was a kid. I bought a car and leased it in Nevada. I bought a car. I wasn't even old enough to drive. I bought a car and leased it in Nevada. And then when I got older, and then when I ended up having a kid, I was like, I'm having problems with my baby mama. I'm having problems with my baby mama. I'm having problems with my baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And then when we broke up and we became friends and everything was cool, I'm like, don't have no drama with my baby mama. Don't got no drama with my baby mama. That's how it's simple things. You know what I'm saying? Simple things. Now, he had this guy on the show because I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy's name is Lebo M. That's what they call him, Lebo M. Lebo. He was mad because a comedian some time ago earlier this year, made fun of the song. And we're not talking about just a random guy who like just was malicious and evil and decided to like make fun of the song. We're talking about a comedian that goes by the name of John Say or something like that. Learn More John Say. That's his name. He was on Godfrey's because Godfrey has another podcast. If y'all don't know, 154 Africa. It's a podcast that's hosted by Godfrey and another African man, both Nigerian. And they had this comedian by the name of Learn More John Say on their show. And he made a joke about the opening song of The Lion King. And I'm going to show y'all right here so y'all fully understand what I'm talking about.
Do it.
So you sing it like
You were way off. All right.
What does it mean?
It means,
look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
You're joking. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it means.
That's what it means. Look, there's a lion.
Oh
oh my God.
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God. It's a lion.
This whole time, I thought it was like this, like this beautiful, majestic.
Look here,
like,
there's a bull lion.
Now, Mans got mad at that, and he got so mad that he sued this man for $27 million for misrepresenting the lyrics. That man got so beside himself that he sued a comedian for $27 million for simply joking about the Lion King. And it's so ridiculous. The reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I wanted to show y'all what he had said in regards to it. and why he was suing. I want y'all to let me know if this man has a legit reason to sue a man for $27 million because he misrepresented lyrics. Listen,
27 million. You, it's a cartoon. I say 20 because he ain't got it.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Could you slow down, man? Have some wine.
How about,
all right?
How about
okay. Wait,
2,700?
Wait. So now what happens is when you then mess with the beginning of that movie, emotionally, lyrically, and otherwise, you just dismiss the rest of the thread and the storyline and the legs, right? Which are not. This is the first time most people in the world hear the lyrical content of that huge theme at the end of the line came both on Broadway and on all the movies, actually. Yeah. What happens to me is when I'm writing this thing, Nelson Mandela is coming out of prison. So as I'm reading the script, the power of who Mufasa is, the character, and the power of Simba. I go to exile at age 16. So I don't write based on a cartoon. These become human life characters. My character as a creative is inspired by Simba's journey. And Mufasa is Mandela. So when I'm writing, I see literally Mandela becoming the first black president of South Africa as Mufasa becomes, as a Simba takes over pride.
Yeah.
So you are now dealing with a storyline that has been so globally impactful without the translation. So you don't have the authority or the right to translate it any way you want to.
Oh man, see what happened, Mr. Labo, is that like this is America, fam, and like you can say virtually anything you want to say. I can rearrange lyrics and I could make fun of any song that I want. This is the most frivolous lawsuit in the world, and this man is not going to get a red penny off of a joke. And the bullshit explanation that he came up with, like y'all didn't hear the first part either. There was another part in here that was hilarious because he was trying to say that he heard about this, about the comedian making fun of the lyrics. He heard about it right before he was about to get on stage and sing the song. He said, but imagine you are about to get on stage and you are about to sing the song that means so much, that has so much meaning to it, and somebody says it means nothing. Somebody say it means nothing. Do you know how I feel? Do you know how it makes me feel? When I first wrote this song, I thought of Nelson Mandela becoming the first black president. No, you didn't. You thought about a fucking lion because it was for a movie about lions, nigga. But you gonna sue me for 23 million because I'm telling like it is? When I sat down in the green room, I just sobbed. The tears rolled down my face. The tears were like the waterfalls of Niagara. This man said, look, it's a lion. Oh, it broke my heart. I never intended on this song to sound like that. I never meant for the interpretation of the song to be like that. You disrespected the artistry, the writing of the song, the meaning of the song. You have no right. You have no jurisdiction. You do not have it in you to go and change the lyrics to a song that means the world to me. 27 million. $27 million. Let's see if you change the lyrics to another song again. You know how they get real mad. Niggas be sounding like demons. $27 million immediately over a goddamn lion song. Shut the fuck up, Labo. Shout out to you. You're a legend in your own right. All right. That song is a part of my childhood. I'm telling you right now, I love The Lion King, man. The kid within me, legendary opening song. I'm talking about very ceremonial. It's very emotional. It's a very great song to have to the opening of such a great movie. But at the end of the day, shut the fuck up, Lebo. You are not finna get $27 million because a nigga joked about a song that you wrote. And you telling a story about how you was about to go on stage. He said, I had to think about the people. Imagine the people. How many people know what he said about this song? How many people in the crowd before I go out there who are sitting there like, what? This is the meaning? This nigga acted like people was just going to walk out the concert because they found out that the song meant, oh, look, there's a lion. Come on, brother. Come on, man. I was scared to go on stage because I thought they would laugh at me. Yeah, the clip went super viral. So what? That's what happens in the age of being viral. Do you really think that people just ran with, oh my God, this is what it really means? While listening to a comedian, they clearly were sitting there dying, laughing, joking. Now, of course, I know there's some stupid people out there that be like, oh my God, it really meant that this whole time? Instead of actually looking up the lyrics and seeing the meaning because it's on Google, like it's there. It's for your consumption if you want to actually do the research. But 27 million, brother. 27 million. 27. I could see if the nigga was mad and wanted him to apologize because the song meant so much to him, but $27 million? That's insane. Talking about, and now, oh, I forgot about this. He's claiming because of the lawsuit that he has against the young man, the young comedian, he is now being targeted by Zimbabweans. Apparently, Zimbabweans want to assassinate him because of his frivolous lawsuit. Listen.
Zimbabweans want to kill me, literally.
He jumped out the gate with it. He jumped out the gate.
Zimbabweans want to kill me, literally.
Wait, what?
Yes, I have to have security around me now because of this. Why do you think I came here?
That's insane. Have you had threats on your life?
Are you kidding me? Would I say something like that on your camera? Yes, I have security around me now. Because he fueled so much anger and misinformation from your platform without this context has made people so angry. Then on top of that, this other nonsense that's going on in Africa about xenophobia in South Africa, blah, blah. While at the same time, there's a product that's produced by a Nigerian and South African and a book written by what's this thing? The project that's now #1 on Netflix.
What is that? What is that?
The biggest project right now on Netflix, ironically.
On Netflix is The Roast.
No.
It's
Kevin Hart.
Do we have that? Can you pull that up?
Niggas say he was niggas is trying to assassinate him. Are you out of your mind? That's kind of crazy. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Shit, niggas out there, they wild as fuck. Jay Rice said, GMS, I thought your Craig impersonation was impressive, but your African impersonation is comedy gold. What up from the Bay? Shout out to you, Jay Wright, for the $5 in the super chat. I appreciate you. I was gonna set a goal today. I didn't want to seem like a beggar of sorts, but I was gonna set a goal today because I seen that happening more like with people setting goals and doing streams like that. But I was gonna set a goal as far as like super chats or cash apps. And do like a $5, goal to see like if 5 people, 10 people can send $5 to the cash app. We was gonna do some goal riddle thing. But I don't know, man. I usually say it. I usually be like, yeah, you can donate to the cash app, donate here. But I say it in the gist of like knowing that it's not mandatory. It's not like a thing, but we might do that someday. We might do because I want to do it to where we do that, but not just so, it's like give me money. It's also like I want to be able to do like gifts. I want to gift shit. I want to do like the giveaways and do the the money thing, like put the thing, like this is what I did a couple years ago. We started a pot thing where whoever, like it'll be like 5 or 6 people donate like $1 or $5, and then we do a raffle, and then whoever wins the raffle or picks the number, they get the money that was just sent, basically. So like if 5 people sent $5, then whoever wins or whoever drew the number or guessed the number gets $25 to their Cash App. I want to start doing shit like that. So if y'all down for that, because I know some of y'all be donating to the channel, I want to be able to give back to the squad. So if y'all think that's a good idea, let me know. I got you. We gonna find a way to all break bread together. So I want to start incorporating that, and I want to start doing that, and getting some people paid out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I got a bunch of money or no shit like that. But you know, you bless one hand, your hand might get blessed back. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what it is. But nigga said I still owe. Oh yeah, you are. I got you. That was a giveaway shirt too, by the way. Just to make it clear, everybody who has paid for a shirt has gotten a shirt, but the giveaway shirts, that is taking some time. But that's because y'all gotta help me remember. I'll be getting high sometimes. So when it comes to giveaways, I gotta remember that. So remind me, message me on like Instagram or something like that, and we'll figure that out. Address, all that shit. Got you. Closed mouth don't get fed. Ask and you shall receive. Just don't do like the werewolf vor. He starts going off when people don't donate. That's actually fucking crazy. That's insane. That's insane. That's beyond begging. Like, it's part of the algorithm. Like, it's part of, like, you have to like YouTube picks up your words. I don't know if you guys know this, but YouTube picks up words, and you have to say stuff like hit the like, hit the subscribe, donate, super chat. You're supposed to say these key trigger words to help push through the algorithm, because it brings in more viewership and it brings in more people, and the likes help and all that shit. That's why I say it. But like when it comes to like, oh man, I want to do something dope, or even just set a goal, like, hey man, just somebody hit the Cash App, $5 each. You never know what'll happen, type shit. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to do that because I have a fucking job, and like we all working, man. Like the shit is hard out here for everybody. So trying to like come up with ways to get people to send you money is kind of crazy in 2026. And that's just me coming from a realist standpoint. Like I can't be donating to streamer. I don't know how people donate to millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to do the subscriptions, you know what I'm saying? But like when I see people send, like Kai Cenat of all people, sending Kai Cenat gifted subs, or like sending him a Cash App or sending him a donation while he's live, is the most insane thing you can do for somebody who makes like $1 million a month. Like he took 8 months off streaming and was making like $400K a month plus, and wasn't even streaming. Like just because people stayed subscribed, he spent a cool 8 months just raking in $400,000+. Like it's stuff like that where it's like, if I'm Kai Cenat, I'm working on, like, I get doing the streamer university, that's great. I get putting people on, but I would be like doing some type of cash giveaways or something, because like it's just, I don't know, it's just in me, because I know what that does to people's day, man. It's like money can't cure depression, but it sure does make you happy. And if everybody right now, like everybody in the chat, was to randomly get $10,000 in a bank account, they will be a hell of a lot happier than they was 2 minutes ago. Even if you were already happy, you'll be a lot more happier. So, I just think about stuff like that before I get on here and like ask for, stuff like that. But for the people that have donated the Cash Apps, the super chats, man, I appreciate you. Medics82 for the 5. Sean Mims for the 5 in the super chat, and $1.99 in the super chat, and the 2 5s in the Cash App. See, the Cash App is better. I will say that. I will keep it real about that. The Cash App is a lot better because YouTube be taking more than half of whatever you send, and them white folks don't like us getting paid over here. So if you really want to send it directly to a person and support directly to the person on the camera, send that to that Cash App, man. Now, y'all wanted me to speak on this. I'm gonna speak on it for a minute, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I want to enjoy the rest of my night. But Corey and Trina got into a little bit of an awkward conversation about hairdressers being taking in a lot of bullshit energy and trashy energy from other people, and then it turned from you're bringing in or you're taking in a lot of negative energy to hairdressers are whores and trashy people who are worse than OnlyFans models. And I didn't get where the angle was going until I started hearing more. And it's just like Corey said later on in his show, you let somebody talk enough and they'll show who they are. He talked enough, and it showed that he was really the type of guy who just wanted to smash every woman that he was around. And even so, his doctor, who he admitted, now I don't know if this story is true or not, you know, he likes to tell fallacies. You see, this nigga Corey like to tell fallacies, and he like to bring his imagination to the platform when he know he don't be doing that shit. He don't always see Corey don't understand that his dichotomy is all the way is at a low point. See, his IQ isn't so high up there. That's why Corey be saying the type of shit he be saying. See, I go in there and I speak the truth. See, I know what it really is like to be that type of nigga. See, Corey, he be perpetrating on that side. You know, Corey's a perpetrator. He's a habitual perpetrator and a habitual hypocritical nigga. God. The werewolf, that nigga too nice. He would be doing bigger numbers if he had went to war with Corey as he should have, but that nigga was too concerned with trying to remain on Corey's good side. The werewolf, you talking about Reaper? Who the werewolf? You talking about damn, I can't even think you talking about Trina from Detroit. We speak our mind. Facts. She never lets Corey get away with something she disagrees with. She's gonna voice her opinion. I think that's why Corey be lightweight attacking her and getting at her, because he don't like that she be doing the pushback shit. And she would be a regular on 5150, I feel like, if she didn't disagree with Corey so much. Like I said, when he asked the question, it was only a question of, you talking about you talking about Zoe. When you talk about the yes man thing, he asked a question that he only wanted to hear yes to. And then when he didn't hear yes, he immediately went to belittling, trying to make it seem like somebody didn't understand what he said, when she fully understand what he said. She understood it. It's just that she didn't experience that. And because she didn't experience it, he felt like she was lying. Now, like I said, if a nigga don't know comedy, never did stand up before, they could never tell Corey how to do stand up or how to be on stage or what stage presence is or how to even write a joke. If somebody don't know how to do a podcast, if they've never done it before, they can't tell this nigga how to run his production. But somehow a nigga is telling you, a hairdresser, what you're dealing with on a daily basis and don't believe you that you're not going through that. Now, somebody made a point because they said that her and her husband, her ex-husband, got a divorce because of some infidelities, and Corey lightweight be putting people business out there, and maybe she cheated on her husband with somebody she was doing hair for. I don't. That's a fan theory. That's a fan theory, but it doesn't seem like Corey has a lot of respect for her, and it seems like she's often defending herself on that show, like heavily defending herself on that show. And it just seemed weird. Like he was giving off a lot of predatory activity, like talking about somebody like that's That's an incel way of thinking. Oh, this woman is doing my hair, so now I must have her. She must be somebody I sleep with. Huh? If you touch me, you're mine. Like you're talking about some shit that happens with you. There could be a lady just simply doing your hair, and the whole time you thinking she flirting with you because she's touching your hair. That's that nigga, you're 57. How do you think that way? And I get it. You throw some jokes in there, but like there's always truth to these jokes, man. And that's the part that be killing me, because niggas will use the it's just joke shit. But then on the other hand, this nigga's professing to y'all that he's some type of keep it real, giving game ass nigga that you supposed to listen to and take heed to his word. So which one is it? Are you just a character online that's pretending to be giving game and spitting facts when you know you're not? And just leading people down this road of nowhere? Or do we actually listen to what you're saying and take it as truth? When are you joking? When are you not? Is it all mixed together? Are you this? Are you this? Are you that? It is perversion, but it's also predatory activity, because you're going after, or you're pursuing people who are easy. I mean, he says it himself. He goes after poor girls and poverty-stricken women. That is predatory. He's preying on these women. He's preying on these women. If you're going for a specific group just to manipulate or control them, you're preying on a certain type of woman. And that's why the women that he actually does want, he talks crazy about the most. You don't think that he'll smash Dr. Cheyenne? Well, now you gotta take the doctor out there. You don't think he'll smash Cheyenne Bryan if she threw him the coochie? You don't think he'd smash? Most of these niggas would. But it's a complex thing, man. And I don't understand it. I think, and of course, you know, people ain't gonna, you know, they have their own relationships outside of the podcast. I don't know how Corey and Trina are outside the podcast. They seem like really cool and really tight. So I'm not trying to cause any type of rift or division. I'm just calling it like I see it from the outside looking in. And a lot of the times I'll be right, man. A lot of the times I'll be right. We'll see. When the narrative when the narrative is put out there, when the narrative starts to be pushed into the algorithm, you'll see how people act after that. We'll see. We'll see. Macaroni Tony said, nah, he's not joking, bro. Not at all. He means exactly what he's saying. He's just saying it with a smile on his face. Oh. What up, Teodora? Oh, sexy MILF. Y'all don't know about Teodora. She a MILF from NYC. Shout out to her. He said, I seen niggas like Corey get fired on for jokes after they got their ass whooped. All that joking mysteriously disappeared. He's a black supremacist. Yes, he is. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Because of how he has presented himself and acted over the past few years, I can agree with that. Saw that man Hannibal at Walking Through O'Hare on Father's Day. Oh, you saw Hannibal? Shout out to Hannibal. He ain't said nothing since we put that video out. He reached out and said what he had to say and ain't reached out since. But I also don't bother people. Like, I've had quite a few celebrities hit me up in the DM, and I don't bother them. I don't, hit them up randomly. I don't be asking for like tickets. I don't be like, you know what I'm saying, asking for like special privileges or to, get me in contact with none of that shit. I don't be doing that shit. I just, leave it to them if they want to reach out. That's how it is. Uptown Shell. I like that Trina called him out. D tries to call him out, but can't put her thoughts together. That's because D stay flustered like a motherfucker. D just be flustered in the moment, and she allows what she knows to be obvious, which is how he acts and how he talks, to get her flustered instead of just like knowing how this nigga acts and just like moving accordingly and just like giving. She should be, at this point, she should be prepared to clap back Ain't no way this is the type of person that gets thrown off all the time every time this nigga say something and just so appalled and so taken back by what this nigga be saying that she can't like articulate herself, right? Or get to the point. Is like it always works. And I think that's why he continues to get at her, because he knows she's gonna be flustered, she's gonna be beside herself, and she's not gonna really get her point out. She can't really, you know. You do the Nigerian accent well. I try, man. I do a lot of voices, man, and some of y'all know them, some of y'all don't. When y'all saw Olafambu, that was my old character I used to bring up on camera. Y'all remember Olafambu? GMS fam, you take this, you hit the like button. Hit the like button. He had a rhino. He had a pet rhino. He was the only nigga in his village with a pet rhino because he raised it from a small baby. And that rhino, they be going on stampede buys. he got a backpack full of medium spears going on stampede buys with his fucking extravagant rhino. This nigga painted his horn gold. Shout out to Olafambu. Shout out to you, Pride Time B, for the 199. Said 5150 Corey is his alter ego. Hey man, I agree with that. Go ahead, D. He said, go ahead and try to talk, D. Go ahead, try to get your point off, D, without sounding like an idiot. Shout out to D. I ain't got no issues with D. I know D be trying to pile on with the people on the internet, but she once again just be over there being a yes woman for Corey, knowing damn well you be agreeing with a lot. It's funny too, because D, she'll like chime in with Corey and like talk about the YouTubers and talk about the people that ain't got nothing better to do, so they talk about this and that. But when Corey be talking about her and she be getting mad, she be trying to bring up them same points, nigga. She be trying to say the same shit them YouTubers be saying, but she don't want to act like she listened to it and that she agreed, because that's her man's and she got to stick by his side. And you know what I'm saying? That's her main source of vision where people can see her and people can talk about her and she can stay somewhat relevant in the culture. But I peeped it. I just don't be calling it out. It happens all the time, nigga. When she get mad at Corey and she starts seeing, this is why people say, nah, don't try to see nothing. I know how you really feel about that nigga deep down inside, but you love him. That's your annoying ass brother. So I get it. That's why I don't be trying to cause no rifts in between they relationship, because I understand they got that type of friendship that'll last forever. They gonna bicker, they gonna argue, and they gonna get in each other's nerves until the day that they die, and they gonna be sad as fuck when one of them leaves this earth. So I don't ever, you know what I'm saying, I let them do what they do. I know too many people like that, so it is what it is. He said Reaper channel clapped. Yeah, but he got a new one. Make sure y'all go look for Reaper's new channel. He has another one. Y'all go and check that out. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in today. It's been a good show. The chat has been lit all day. I appreciate y'all for participating. I appreciate everybody that sent the cash apps. I appreciate everybody that sent in the super chats. Y'all make sure, man, when y'all leave this, when this whole thing cuts off, come back to the comment section and leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you thought of today's show, or just shout out your city, man. Let me know where you tuning in from, man. Either way, I want to see y'all in the comment section, man. GMS fam, the green room. Put your last comments in the chat. We about to get up out of here. And keep God in your life. Fuck, nigga. Hold up. I gotta bring Marvin out. Marvin has some things to say. It's been a while, so Marvin got to come out and talk to y'all real quick.
Hello, GMS fam. This is Marvin the Martian. I have taken a break from my horrendous activities with this so called bunny, who I believe has been manufactured in a scientific lab, because what type of bunnies do this type of heinous shit? Anyway, please hit the like button, and if anybody finds my space modulator, please send it to Minneapolis, Minnesota to be exact. Have a blessed day. No, nigga. I am not. You have me all fucked up, brother. I am not addicted to blueberries. I am addicted to space ass. Yes, I get so much ass on my planet that my space modulator is obsolete. I technically don't need it, but I keep it on me for all the fuck niggas who try to drive by my spaceship and cause issues. But what I am really, you know, the type of space ass that you can grab and hold on to for the rest of your life? That is the type that I like. All right, I am gone.